Hello and welcome to the live stream. I've just got my laptop to the side there. First time using this setup, so we'll see how it is. I've got a little bit of a camera thing I'll show you on here. So every now and then my digital camera will cut out, and I can just start it back up again. It's because the camera is timed for when it's on standby. So I can cross it over onto here and just mess with the focus there. There we go. So I've got the camera set here. Then obviously there's the webcam on its own, and then I have this picture-in-picture one. Just need to get rid of the grid off of there. I'm busy running it through QDSLR dashboard, which is why I've got that grid and that focus. The focus square. I've also have that intro there as well, so if I need to nip away from the camera, I can always put that up there. I'm just going to stand my webcam up a bit. There we are. So I'm quite happy with this new setup. I've got an actual desk and a chair instead of using everything sat on boxes, and I'm sat on the bed, which was absolutely destroying my back. And my wet palette actually flat. Have a drink next to it. It's incredible. So it's going to get started. So the first model I'm going to be painting on this setup is the Dark Elf Saddist. I've been looking forward to painting this model. I'm going to be painting it British wrestler Alyssa Dawn, but with very pale skin, so it'll kind of match the other Dark Elves that I've got as well. I'm going to be using the same colour scheme as the Vampire Flesh video that I did. Right, so I'm starting off with Iron Rack skin. Sorry, phone just went off there. Should have put my phone on mute before there. So anyway, yeah, so I'm starting off with Iron Rack skin. It's a nice kind of really light-ish green, like quite a desaturated green, a little bit more green than Deepkin Flesh, which I'll be using later. I really need to have like my laptop more in front of us. Bit of a learning process as we go along with this, but we'll get there. I've only done a couple of live streams before, so you know, and this is a very different setup to what I've previously used. I'll just check the screen every now and then, just to see how everyone's getting on. This mod's for Rumble Slam. It's a fantasy wrestling game by TT Combat. It's one of my favourite games, absolutely love playing this. Just a couple of mould lines on this thing as well. So there's the knife. I don't remember where I put this knife yesterday. Ah, there we go. Great first time. Just wanna there we go. Not the best job, but I think it's something. Why is that come back onto there? There we are. In fact, I sheathe my glove. No. If there's any part of this where she is wearing a glove, I can just paint over it. It's not a problem really, is it? She's going to be wearing quite dark gear as well, so coverage will be easy. I put these Citadel paints into dropper bottles. I think I've thinned some of them down a bit too much. This is one of them. There'll just be a couple of coats that she needs. Looks like it's just going to occasionally move that the green square around. I'm not sure how I get rid of that in the camera settings, if I can. Tell you what, just give us a couple of seconds. So I just went and found the box art for them, and she is wearing gloves, like elbow length gloves. So I'm not going to bother painting the arms now, just do the fingers, because they look like fingerless gloves as well. Came very close to ordering the new 40k box this morning. So I was just thinking basically for Kill Team having some 1,000 Suns, but it's all like Terminators in the Hexfire box. Now really you'd be probably making your team out of Rubric Marines rather than Terminators. I mean, providing the new kill team is going to be using the same kind of way of setting your team up. You never know, it might completely change. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. Sorry, just keep moving it off the frame there. I used to paint and I used to be sat on the bed doing it. I keep like pulling it in towards us. I don't need to do that now. You can see this paint's just a little bit too thin, really. At least thinner than I'd like it. But getting a bit of coverage on it, so once it dries, you can always just add another coat. So it's not the end of the world, really, is it? Just making sure I'm getting the ears there as well, because it wouldn't be the first time I've forgot to paint a model's ears. So the team that this is from is their Brutally Devious Shadow Mania in BDSM, and they're a booster, one of the new booster teams for the Twisted Shadows. I really like Twisted Shadows. They're a very different style of play for it. Kind of more glass cannon with Twisted Shadows. And they really rely on the Shadowlings' ability to be able to give everyone a Shadow Step. which in the new cards, the rules for Shadow Step have changed a little bit. So that'll really change the way you play with them. So I quite like the new cards. And with the more generic teams as well, like the Green Bruisers and the Heavy Pounders, I've given them a little bit more of a fleshing out with it. And it makes them a little bit more of a competitive team than they were against some of the more later teams. And it's given the goblins the heal trait. It's always a nice little addition there. You can never go wrong with a couple of goblins on your team. And then you've got their booster team, Madcap Mayhem. With you've got a mushroom dealer, and everyone else is being affected by the mushrooms on them. And there's your large model is just a giant mushroom man, which was really fun to paint. I really enjoyed painting all of them, to be honest with you. I was using some of the Turbo Dorks colour shifting paints. I'll just press that straight into there. Where the hell did that go? Glue that in. So just pinning the model under this Pepsi bottle cap. So the bottle cap just screws onto the hobby holder. Got it on there. It's got a few different holes on there, a couple of different sizes, just depending on what you need. Because some of the models, especially with TNT Combat, where they're on the sprue, it's still like a pretty decent point for like a decent sized peg for going into these. So I just drilled it out, put one in, and then I sized one up for using paper clips, because that's what I've been using for pinning as well, and just drilled them on there as well. And on this paint station that I've got. Alright, Clockwork Orange. Good to see you've made it. Dave. Those Necrons are sat right underneath us, and they're just waiting for us to be bothered. Speaking of Necrons, got these absolutely love the detail on these things. Got from Bits of War. Just I saw them, just some like little scenery pieces, like they look incredible. So I immediately got the 2 of them ordered. But yeah, I've got a hell of a lot of Necrons to paint. Some might think too many, but they'd be wrong. And then there's that event exclusive Necron that was on the web store recently. That's been ordered as well. I've got is it Amontek the Crooked? Got him. He's undercarded at the minute. That's as far as he's got. What you guys up to painting? Something to destroy his Zinch fools. Everyone knows to go with Slaanesh. Who doesn't love Slaanesh? I had a box of Slaanesh models up over there, but there must be one of the boxes underneath here. So I took them out of the box, just kept them on sprue. So I've been using the skeleton boys recently. Still got my boy the Warden. Warden's just an absolute boy. But you know, Nagash. Secretly Nagash. So Mike Dave says he's going to be owning you. How do you feel about this? Just take the warden on his own and you'll win. It's all about the warden. Take that awesome crazy bird thing with you. Whichever team that was with. Siege? Probably. Who knows? Try a bit more. Where have I got them? Got some new Rumble Slam models and some Carnivale ones yesterday. I've not even brought them with the box yet. So got the Queens of the Adriatic. Right, and this is the first one. Yeah, I got these from TD Combat. So I just had to give my DSLR a quick reset. TD Combat stuff, at least the Carnivale and the Rumble Slam stuff is I believe it's like 32 mil, maybe it's a little bit more, but I mean the scale's not too bad between them and GW stuff. I've got one of the Romani, what is she, the Romani tarot card reader. I've got her to use in my Asha gang. As the Shiva. It sizes up pretty decently. They're not heroic scale really, so like the hands and things like that might be a little bit smaller, but I mean you don't really notice that much, so I wouldn't worry about it. But, so this I'm just going to move that. Focus. There we are. The green square is in the way. There we are. So this, the Queens of the Adriatic. It's new leader options, or like new leader models. For all the factions, but all like female models with them. So we've got the Capodicina for the guild. They're very Assassin's Creed like, and they look awesome. Plague Doctor. The Plague Doctors look great in If it's the Carnivale ones, you're talking, they are great looking models, those. Got the female plague doctor. That was an event exclusive. Did they still do that one? Or did they end that one? Can't quite remember. But yeah, I mean, both models of that are awesome. Really enjoyed them. We've got another one of the doctors. It's the Doctor of the Mind, I believe. I don't have many doctors models. I've got like the starter and the ultimate plague doctor, the female one. That's it for them. What have we got here? This is the Noble Strigwa. These are your vampire ones, and this bit, yeah, just clips onto there. So you've got her, she's busy draining some dude. And, yeah, this faction's got some really nice models, and the preview that they put out, they've got some really cool ones coming up as well, and it's really tempting to end up just buying a lot of these vampires. Got an Inquisitor for the Vatican. Seemed appropriate, definitely. There's a model from Forge World as well, one of the special characters from there. He had an alternate head, which was like a Plague Doctor mask, which was pretty cool, but I didn't bother using that. I've got the head kicking around somewhere. I think it's in one of my boxes, just lying there spare. But the Inquisitor for the Vatican. I mean, it's a pity you can't get these models loose, because this would be a great one for like an Imperial Guard army doing, or like a Sisters of Battle or something like that. Obviously Inquisitors. Where are we? Yeah, that'd be a really cool one to do. That's the only Vatican model I've got. I've got one coming from one of TT Combat's Kickstarters. Big suit of armour. Right, who we got here? This is the Patrician Noble, which comes with alternate weapons. So she has trying to see which hand's which. It's the ruffle sleeve thing she's got there, the cuff. Quite difficult to see which one's which. Right, so she's always got a pistol in her left hand, and then you can swap out a pistol in the right or a sword. Last models I got like that for the Patricians, I ended up just magnetising them, and so I can swap them out as I want. Yeah, the resin terrain's really nice. I've got some of that for The Walking Dead, and I've got like a couple of the building kits for that as well. In my Necromunda scenery, other than old Necromunda and like a couple of bits of the plastic kits from years ago for 40k, I've got a lot of the MDF stuff from TT Combat. Got the Iron Labyrinth set for playing Zone Mortalis, and then one of the Sector white boxes. Got that for doing Mechanicus. Awesome kits. There's the big fan that I turned into the Protein Reclamator, and Yeah, I love that build. I've got a video of that as well. I really love that piece. Just need to use it. Then we've got Magi Rashar. There we go. Magi Rashar for your Rashar faction. There we go. So with the third Magi Rashar I've got. I like this one that's kind of swirling up out of the water. For that one, and the Cappuccino coming off the gondola pole. I've got some UV resin for that, for a water effect, and I also got some of the Green Stuff World splash effect. I'm going to be making some good use of that on these. Oh, they're quite nice models now. It's the first actual look through them I've had. Side. Hey, thanks, Clockwork Orange. Yeah, the Hobbit armies are pretty cool. Like the I wasn't playing Rumble Slam at that point when the Kickstarter for the Hobbits came out, which was a crime really. So I ended up having to wait for the retail release of Lords of the Ring in awesome models. And the Hobbit models in general for that Kickstarter, they look really cool. Some like nice animal mounts, and the scenery kits they brought out following it as well. They were really cool. Right, so yeah, we've got the Rumble Slam Feud kit. They said they're going to be making some more of these different superstars, where it's the same cards as you've already got if you've got them. We've got Triple T's one there. Model. It's a bit of a reimagining of a. It looks awesome. That really, I'll probably be using this one instead of the other one. Same with the Phage model. The old one was a nice sculpt as well, but I love this one. I mean, got the page picture at the back there, so obviously I like this model. So yeah, it's just the same card art. It's a shame I didn't have the new style cards for them, but it is what it is. Right, and the Saddist should be dry, so we'll get another coat on the skin on her. Let's get these cards up. Hey, cheers, Daz. Glad you could make it as well. Just been going through the Carnivale stuff as well. Nice. Some nice models in that feud pack. I was just saying as well, I'll probably end up using them rather than the original ones. Or you never know, might go from one to the other, make a storyline. One gets injured, goes away, comes back, comes back built up. Daz, did you get the Queens of the Adriatic kit as well. Nice. I was just looking at the models in the in that kit, and they look awesome. That Cappuccino on it looks really cool as well. Really good pose on. Looking forward to seeing what happens on the Carnivale community page as well. See what base and opportunities people come up with for all of them. To be fair, I think the Cappuccino and the Magi Rashar, they'll definitely be getting some water effect thrown at it. And we'll see what happens with the rest of them. Yeah, the Doctor in mine looks cool. I like the smoke effect they've put on it. It's, they've got a good way of getting the smoke sculpted. Really liked it on the what do you call that Rochelle model, the one with the burning brand. It's a great model, that one. I've also got some other Carnivale models that I need to build as well. The Agliops. I got the box of 3. The little blister box of 3 of them. You've got 2 new sculpts in them. That conversion and turning one into a siren, the Sirena? Or was it just a siren? I forget which. But the conversion that got done of that, what an absolute treat that mod looks. Hey, just clockwork. I really enjoyed doing that kit. To make the protein reclamator. And I've got it just sat up above us on the top of the shelf. I was going through all my scenery stuff before, because while this room was getting redecorated, I had things out in like a bunker outside, and brought all the MDF stuff back in because it's going to end up getting warped with the moisture and stuff out there. So brought them back in, and I've just gone through all the scenery that I've got for Walking Dead and Necromunda and 40k, and brought back some memories, especially the Walking Dead ones, because I haven't played that for a while. In fact, I think the last time I played it was I was recording the Let's Play, I think the 3rd chapter. Alright guys, and I think it was the third chapter of it, and I never ended up finishing it because I had to like disappear. So I've not actually played Walking Dead since then, and I need to get back into playing that because it's a great game. Alright, Kev, what are you up to? Just depends on where it is, really. Both the tears, but you're excited for Twilight Imperium. You better be. Got some trade to become lucrative from. In September. Walk-ins for suckers. I don't even know where Newark is, to be honest with you. If it's not next to the old Woolworths, then I don't know where it is. Walk-ins just sitting down for cowards. Oh no, more trolls. Not enough people accusing me of spending too much time painting around this elf's dick. It's been a while since I've actually sat down and painted. It's quite nice to have an actual seat to be using instead of just sitting on the bed and turning my back into goo. Gotta be gentle. If you're painting around the crotch, you need to be gentle with it. This one's a dude. He's the Dark Elf Narcissist. And there's this one I'm just leaving to dry a little bit, the Dark Elf Saddist. How long that camera's got there. Right, just rebooting that camera. There's another half an hour before it'll shut down. How warm's that getting? That's the big camera. I've got you can only have it running for so long before it puts itself into standby. So every now and then, well, every half hour, I need to just turn off the live view and then turn it back on, just to refresh that timer for it. But also keep an eye on how hot it gets, because that's what that standby's for, to stop it from going. But I've got that camera mains powered anyway, so there's no risk of the battery running out. Yeah, I can't really get rid of that. It's like the focal area. I can move it, but it'll just reset itself. I need to kind of find out how to properly get rid of that, or use a different camera, whatever. But we'll see. I need to give them some like full-on aviators and mirror them. Some chrome paint on them. Make them look like Val Kilmer. Maybe next time you can be my wingman. These are the new booster team for Rumble Slam. They're awesome. Not that I can find yet anyway. I need to use them. I'm using the Quidisi Q Series 3. I tend to use the 3, the 2.0 and the 5.0 as well. It's comfortable for my fucking goofy hands. That's not changed anything. Now they're a decent brush. I've been using them just over a year now. Sure there's sure there's an elbow pad in there somewhere, but I'll sort that out a different time. I'll move that light. So I've got this held up just so that light's not as strong on it. You see this rip bastard. Yeah, no worries, Clockwork. Thanks for joining in. I hope you find some videos helpful in there. Right, lower that down. I've nearly got this skin based. Got that ear there. Again, I always forget to paint an ear. So I'm just trying to make sure to get them all this time. I mean, you'll still need another pass over them. That's good for now. Just take that over there. I was saying at the beginning of the stream, the inside on this paint station, I've drilled some holes. Get that in there. Just so when I take the models off that paint handle, I can just plonk them down on there, and they're good to dry. Right, I'm just going to clip over onto the webcam. I'll hold off on that one for now. Right, so while I let him dry, and before I get back onto painting the Sadist, just put it on there. What have we got on here? So the other models in this team, we've got the throwing shade. I love this model. I'm thinking for painting it, I'm thinking maybe get my airbrush, some white ink, maybe do like a zenithal highlight on it, and then maybe use inks over the top of it, get a nice transition, use like a purple ink. Then maybe just paint normally the little bits of skin that you can see on the thing. So it's like on the blank face, the body, and the back, and the arms as well. But kind of have the arms maybe it's like fade into like the black and purple. I think that'd be pretty cool. It's a really nice model. Looking forward to painting that. Then of course we've got the two Dark Elves, which you've seen us working on so far. We've got this little chap. It's like an older shadowling. As they get older and they lose they grow wings, they lose wings, they have wings, then they lose them. But then they become these squid face freaks. It's a nice little model, that one. And then you've got the flying one. It's basically like the teenager of the shadowlings. Just sat there with his arms crossed. And then there was the new I just want to check something on this one. Because there's an issue I've been having with this model, but also there's one of the tutorial tiles I've got where the resin's sort of, I guess, reactivating or stop activating, I don't know. It's like you get like little bits of liquid resin from it. It's so weird. I'm not sure. I can't find anything online that kind of describes what's happening with it. It's so strange. But nah, this model, you can touch up some of the undercoat a little bit. And it's the bottom where this weird resin sort of sweat was coming from. It's strange one. That's good. We've got the Moot Caller tag team. He's got a guitar as well. All right. What's the crack?
I could put them boxes downstairs in the outhouse into the lawnmower.
No. Major kill. I've got a bunch of cardboard boxes from where everything was boxed up when they were redecorating in here. So just I've emptied pretty much all of them. There's like maybe one or two boxes left, so I need to move them into the U-House later. No, major kill. No, I've seen a bunch of Luton's low videos when like in 40k and stuff. Needs to do more Necromunda related bits though. What's major kills? Stuff about that. Does he talk about bloody orcs? Stefan Dennis became an orc just so he could fight against Lou and Harold. Is he the one that says all the Primarchs are like basically all different like mental illnesses and stuff? the cosmic lips and tash. I think I've seen a couple of his videos. Heavy night that. Sitting in the tanner's coming up with that on your phone. Right, I dare say that's a base coat of skin done. I'm going to get this dude's one. This skin recipe I'm using is really weird. Like using green to get like a blue skin tone. I mean, it's got a blue wash in it, which does the heavy lifting of it, but it's like on top of the blue wash using like a really desaturated green. I bought some mad things as well, because now you can never have enough scenery. Need all the things. them from Cromlech. I got some orc things as well, like it's like an orc band. Because I've got a skeleton band, so why not have an orc one as well? Right. I think that's skin based. Enough. There we go. Right, so I'm going to leave him to dry a little. Well, that's drying. Got these that I'd made molds of. So I need to take the Kaiser's Palace logo off of them, and then do some custom bits on there. That's from the Rumble Slam tables, ladders and chests kit. There we go. The chests and briefcases and stuff. You've got the mimic. Great mimic, this one. All the little feet are on the bottom of it. There's that bit. And you've got the treasure chest. I ended up taking a sand and barrel to it because it's usually just flat. I didn't like the look of that. So just added a little bit of detail into it. Got the safe. And it's full of gold and coins and stuff. Get that shot there. Podium, which I took the Rumble Slam logo off. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a custom design on there. Then let's get these out of the way. Here's that thing I was on about before. I'm not sure if it's bringing it up quite there, but it's like sticky. The resin is definitely cured. Just don't know what it is with it. So strange. But it's not just the TT Combat resin, because like I say, I've got one of the tutorial tiles from Acid Drop, just recently that's been gone like that as well. Just don't know what it is about it. Right, this dude. So I've been pinning him. Yeah, that's the same. I think some way of fixing that. Right, it goes on there. You've just got this huge statue. Right. And you just stand on top of it. And you can do like your diving attacks off of it. You've got on this other arm here. Got on his leg. And there's also on the actual podium itself. The different heights you are, it does different damage. Come on, there we are. Holy man. There we are. That's quite an interesting expansion they've done with the TLC. There's a couple of bits of this where just that resin seems to have went really tacky. so weird. I just don't know what that is. It might just be a case where I need to maybe seal it and hope for the best. Right. So get her back on there. Right. Next I'll be using blue wash. I'll be thinning this one down, so I'm going to get some new water in there. So I've got blue wash, just thin it down with a bit of water. Because the watercolour's marine blue shade. It's quite strong. And then just over all the skin we've painted, I'm just going to give it a wash. There we are. It's going to look really weird once it starts to dry and it goes like a deep turquoise. But the end result is completely different. It's got a really good effect. I'll end up giving it like a really nice pale skin. In the other Dark Elves that I painted from the Twisted Shadows kit, I painted them differently to how I'm doing these ones, but they've still got that kind of like blue tint to the skin. It's like a really pale white, or like almost white skin. But just that little hint of blue to it, and this is just kind of like another way of getting that effect, but just doing it a bit differently. I really like these watercolour paints as well. I've got like their version of like a couple of their version of contrast paints. The Antithesis collection that they've got. They're really really good quality. I've got the watercolours contrast medium as well, which is good. It's decent for just like generally thinning your paints down, or actually like making your own contrast style paint. It's a great thing with these washes as well, just when you do your wash layer, it just brings out all that detail. I love that. So just going over the stomach, and it just brings all like the musculature out. Going over the face, and it just brings like the creepy smile she's got and stuff. Just love that. Love how washes just work. Okay. Okay, I think I've got everywhere with that. So pop her back on the base. Then I'll take the narcissist. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing with him. Just getting all that skin we've just done the base coat on. And the tint that this blue wash is going to give it, it's just going to give the recesses of the skin just this really good blue tone. It's got a really good contrast to the lighter skin. And if you give them dark wrestling gear, it really stands out. And when I use this technique on the vampires for Carnivale, like the clothes they were wearing had a lot of like reds and things in them, or they're like blacks as well, and it just really stood out. I had one guy he was wearing like a warm white kind of shirt, and going against those warm tones of his clothing, it's like it does stand out. Looks really good. At least I think it does anyway. And then you add a bit of blood effect onto them, and it just makes it pop even more. Because they're vampires, so they've got to have some blood, even if it's not their own. Getting near the end of this one. Do another run of that. I'm going to leave these nice to dry. Right. Just gonna nip over onto the other screen. Get that out of the way. Right, I'm gonna call that an end there. It's been just over an hour and a half. I think that's a good time to end the stream there. So thank you for coming and joining. Thank you for being in the chat, and hope you've had a good time watching. I hope you've been painting something yourself, or just just doing whatever you do. Thank you for joining us. I like to do some more of these streams. It's just something to do while I'm painting. It gives it a little bit of that social aspect to it, which is quite nice. And yeah, I hope you'll join us next time. And I'll put it back onto the intro, and I'll see you later.